Hey, welcome back to the channel. I am really glad you're here because today I want to talk about insurance. And not the kind of insurance where if you roll your tractor down the hill and it falls into a lake and gets totaled, that's a different kind of insurance. In fact, I still have the KTAC insurance on this Kubota, so if anything happens to it, whether it be my fault or anything else, it's going to be covered for damage like that. But I'm talking about insurance for tractor work. If you're doing any tractor work as a business or as a side hustle, that's the kind of insurance. Liability insurance is what I'm talking about. And if you've been following the channel, you'll know that I've been doing some small tractor work, or at least advertising for small tractor work here in the community. Specifically garden tilling and maybe some small dirt work with the bucket, or stump grinding with my small stump grinder, or wood chipping. All the things you see me do here on the farm, kind of taking that on the road and offering that to the community. For a price, of course. But it's something I've been thinking about doing for several years, and I've always put it off thinking it might be more of a hassle than it's worth. And specifically, the insurance part was hanging over my head, thinking if I'm going to do this for people, I need to have some sort of liability insurance, because if I till up someone's garden and I hit a shallow phone line or cable TV line, or even if somebody did some DIY electric and they didn't bury that line properly, then I could hit that and cause problems. And it just sounds like it could be a headache. And even though you can have a waiver that you sign, or just tell people, like I've been doing, look, I can't be responsible if there's anything under here and I hit it with a tiller, I can't be held responsible for that. And they, of course, always say, of course not. There's nothing there, nothing to worry about. But the fact is, there could be. And, you know, should you call the number to mark out lines? I don't know. If you're tilling a garden and going 4 inches deep, I don't know that that's really cause for markouts. I don't know. If I was doing any kind of backhoe work, which I don't have a backhoe for this tractor, but if I were, then yes, I think it would be important to call to have markouts done, because you could have electric lines, plumbing, things like that. So let's stick to basic small tractor work. Tilling 4 inches deep, or moving a pile of dirt, wood chipping, things like that that are basically above ground, not too much of a danger, but still, I thought it's important to have some kind of insurance, because I could mess up. You know, I could be working near a house or a building and I could hit reverse instead of forward and back into somebody's foundation. Or, gosh, what if I'm swinging around and I hit their car or their whatever they have, motorcycle, lawn tractor, anything that maybe wouldn't be covered under automotive insurance, or knock over a bird bath that was in the family for the last 100 years and it's made out of I don't know, gold and crystal, whatever it is. Anyway, I just thought I should really look into some kind of liability insurance. And that is what kept me from doing this in the past, because in my mind, I built it up bigger than it is. Well, this year, I reached out to a local insurance agency who has specialized or been known for farm insurance, because we have a farming community here. And it's nice to have an agency that really is known for that. So I reached out to them, told them what my plans were, that I want to do some garden tilling, some small tractor work on the side, and I just want to have some general liability insurance. And they were very kind, like, let's talk this through and we'll put a package together for you. So besides explaining the type of work that I plan to do, they also asked, what do you expect your revenue to be, annual revenue? And gosh, I thought, well, if I make $3,000 this summer doing this kind of work, that'll probably be a lot, because I don't expect to do a lot of it. So I said, let's say $3,000. You know, maybe I can't even imagine doing 10 $300 jobs this summer, but it could be. Anyway, based on $300, that's what they worked with. And I told them I just want insurance, again, for liability. Not worried about if I destroy my own equipment. You know, I'll eat that if I have to. But I just wanted to make sure I was covered if I messed up, or, gosh, even if, you know, I hurt somebody, you know, inadvertently, they get hit by the tractor somehow. I don't know. It's all terrible to think about, but you kind of have to think about it. So that's what we worked off of. And I thought, this, what if it costs $1,500 for a policy and I might not make $1,500 this summer? That was my big concern. So they came back with a policy, and here's what we came up with. I've got now, and this is through United Farm Insurance Company, which I believe is a national farm or farm family. Farm Family is a company I've heard about for years. So United Farm Family Insurance Company, I think you can look them up anywhere in the country and probably find a local local broker or agency for that. So that's who this policy is through. And it's offering and now I'm not an insurance person, so these terms, they don't mean a whole lot to me, but the general aggregate is $2 million. Sounds good to me. Operations aggregate, also $2 million. And then each occurrence, $1 million. Again, I don't know how that would apply, but I just think that what that's saying is that if I do knock over your family heirloom bird bath, it's probably going to be covered. If I do back into your house and I tear some siding off of it, that should be covered. If I do run over your foot, hopefully that'll be covered. I hate to think about any kind of medical issue, but there are medical expenses on here of $5,000. I don't know what that is. Chemical transportation of $25,000. So if I'm transporting chemical and I spill it, I suppose that's what that is. There's a $100,000 fire legal liability, a $50,000 limited farm pollution liability, and a $1 million personal advertising injury coverage. Again, I don't fully understand those, and I'll probably go over them in greater detail with the agent, but I trust that they know what I need when I explain what I'm going to be doing, that they were able to put together a policy that covers what my concerns were. So I trust that. And now here's the thing, and this is really surprising. So a 1-year policy to cover me for a whole year for those things comes in at less than $250, which really surprised me, and was kind of a no-brainer for me, because I thought, okay, I'm willing to give up the profits from 1 or 2 jobs so that I'll have this insurance policy for the entire year. This is going to take me through all winter. If I were to even do some snow removal, God forbid, for somebody, I don't want to be doing that because I don't have a cab, I don't have a snow blower, but still, I'm covered for the year, and that makes me feel good. So I can say that I am, officially insured now, and that makes me feel good when I go to a customer, and if they were to ask, "Are you insured?" Well, yes, I am. And I feel like I'm doing like a real business here. So I want to encourage you to do a little bit of research, whatever state you're in. I know it's going to vary state to state, so that's why I don't think I can give you the name of my broker, because it's probably not going to apply in your state. I think insurance runs per state. But do a little research. You probably can do an internet search for farm family insurance and see if there's a local agent in your area. That would be a good starting point. Do like I did, just explain to them what you plan to do, and maybe, just maybe, you don't even plan to offer work for hire like this. Maybe you just want to have liability insurance because you never know. You might take your tractor out and you might volunteer at the local ball field to grade the ground or cut the grass. You might just be volunteering, but it would be great to have some coverage just in case. So there you go. I'd be interested to know what you find out, so hopefully we can keep this conversation going in the comment section. Maybe let me know what state you're from and what kind of quote you got, and see if it's in line with what we have here. Now, this is New Jersey. Things are notoriously more expensive in New Jersey when it comes to insurance and taxes and everything, basically. And I'm not complaining. I always say I love New Jersey. I love where I live. It's a beautiful state with access to so many different things. If I didn't want to be here, I don't have to be here. But I was born and raised here, and I love New Jersey, and I'm proud to say it, especially this southern part of the state. I mean, you see here on the channel how beautiful it is. So, yeah, but let me know in the comments what you find out from your end, and I'd be curious to know what the differences are. So that's my little talk for today. I appreciate you being here. If you've not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel or followed on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, I invite you to join me. Thanks for watching, and as always, I look forward to seeing you next time.